The Rock praises the Hurt Business and WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. A women's tag team championship match has been announced for Fastlane, and Big E wants to see a WWE Superstar fight a world-renowned rapper. Hello everyone, Jose G here bringing you today's top stories in today's SK Wrestling News Roundup. The Rock praises the Hurt Business and WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. The Hurt Business has gained a lot of popularity in WWE over the last few months and are currently peaking following Bobby Lashley's defeating The Miz for the WWE Championship during this past Monday's edition of Raw. Lashley and his fellow Hurt Business members have been receiving praise from legends across the industry. Recently, they even caught the eye of the most electrifying man of all sports and entertainment, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. After MVP responded to a fan on Twitter explaining what it means to have Lashley as the WWE Champion and the significance of representation, The Rock chimed in and praised the Hurt Business for what they have been achieving. Bobby Lashley is the third African-American WWE wrestler to win the WWE Championship after Kofi Kingston and The Rock. It is a huge moment in WWE history, and fans from all across the globe have joined together to celebrate his monumental championship victory. The Hurt Business has become one of the top factions in all of professional wrestling. At the moment, the faction is draped in gold with Lashley leading the charge as WWE Champion and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander proudly wearing the Raw Tag Team titles around their waists. Lashley didn't take too long to respond to Johnson's tweet. The WWE Champion commended Johnson for his contributions to the wrestling industry and remarked that he may not be without the great one's influence on the industry. The Rock is one of the greatest wrestlers to have ever stepped foot inside the squared circle, and his impact on WWE is still felt to this day. He has inspired an entire generation of wrestlers and cleared the road for countless others. Right now, we can all celebrate Bobby Lashley's history-making victory. Only time will tell what is next for Lashley and the Hurt Business. Bullet Club member Jay White sends a message to WWE Superstar before championship match. Bullet Club star Jay White has sent a message to Adam Cole ahead of the latter's NXT Championship match against Finn Balor. In a recent tweet, Cole sent a warning to Finn Balor stating that next week will mark the beginning of a new era. Cole's tweet seems similar to Jay White's "Still My Era" catchphrase and also caught the attention of Switchblade. White responded with a very familiar gif of Leonardo DiCaprio, and the wrestling world was quick to understand the reference between the two. After betraying the Undisputed Era and turning his back on Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, Adam Cole is now aiming to regain the NXT Championship. The Panama City Playboy will face Finn Balor on the upcoming episode of NXT. Another similarity between Jay White and Adam Cole is that both men are associated with the Bullet Club in some way. White is a current member of the group, whereas Cole left the faction before departing for WWE when the Young Bucks betrayed him. Women's Tag Team Championship match announced for WWE Fastlane. WWE has announced a new title match for the Fastlane pay-per-view. SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks will team up with 2021 Royal Rumble winner Bianca Belair to take on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. The Boss and the EST of WWE were unsuccessful in their attempt to win the gold at Elimination Chamber, but they will receive another opportunity at Fastlane. WWE officially made the announcement on its social media platforms less than a day before its week's episode of SmackDown. Banks and Belair are scheduled to collide at the Showcase of the Immortals for the SmackDown Women's Championship. As a result, their continuing partnership has left some fans scratching their heads. WWE might be pairing up the two stars in order to tease dissension ahead of their match at WrestleMania. A loss at Fastlane could cause Banks and Belair to turn on each other, heating up the rivalry ahead of WWE's grandest show. It seems unlikely that Banks and Belair will be successful in their battle for the tag team gold because they will be opponents at WrestleMania, but there's still a slight chance that WWE can go in that direction. Big E wants to see a WWE Superstar fight world-renowned rapper. WWE Intercontinental Champion Big E is interested in seeing a potential matchup between Randy Orton and Soulja Boy. The former New Day member recently commented on the Twitter rant between the Viper and the famous rapper. WWE has seen a rise in interactions between their superstars and the rapping community this year. Bad Bunny is the current WWE 24/7 champion, and his friend Damian Priest has been exchanging words with Bow Wow. But the most interesting and heated interaction so far has been between Randy Orton and Soulja Boy. The two went back and forth on Twitter, trading insults and jabs. Big E recently weighed in on the argument in an interview with The Root. The IC champ suggested that this is a perfect opportunity for WWE to build up a WrestleMania 37 caliber match between Randy Orton and Soulja Boy. He feels that an interaction between the two can be set up for Fastlane, and WWE can proceed from there, saying, quote, "Let's not shotgun this for Fastlane. We have WrestleMania 37 coming up in my backyard in Tampa. 2 days, April 10th and 11th. Let's build it. We got time to build it. Maybe their first interaction can be at Fastlane, and then at WrestleMania we pay off the program. This whole burgeoning, like Bow Wow was beefing with some of my coworkers, we got Bad Bunny, who's been killing it. He's been training at the Performance Center. He's really taken to this. I did not expect this to be a thing. If you asked me about these 2 months ago, I would have not expected to see all these rappers / WWE stars beefs. But here we are, and I'm entertained by it." End quote. CM Punk talks about the trap he fell into while in WWE. CM Punk doesn't regret the fact that he was never able to headline a WrestleMania, as per his latest tweet. CM Punk had a legendary run in WWE and turned into one of the biggest stars in the industry in a very short period of time. Punk is a former WWE champion, world champion, and has beaten the very best in the ring. One thing that he failed to accomplish in WWE was to headline WrestleMania. A fan recently asked CM Punk on Twitter whether it bugs him that he never headlined WrestleMania. The fan added that he was talking about WWE's original plan for Punk's inclusion in The Rock and John Cena's program heading into WrestleMania 29 in 2013. Punk made it clear with his response that he doesn't have any regrets about it and that it was a trap that he fell into. He added that it doesn't mean anything. Back in 2011, CM Punk's iconic pipe bomb promo kicked off the summer of Punk, which saw WWE pushing Punk like never before. He won the WWE Championship on 2 occasions and defeated Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 28 to retain his title. Back in 2020, CM Punk responded to a fan who stated that he's mad that he didn't headline WrestleMania. Punk shared 2 pictures in his tweet. The first one was from WrestleMania 22, in which Punk was used as an extra for John Cena's entrance for his WWE Championship match against Triple H. The second picture was from WrestleMania 29, where Punk had a classic against The Undertaker, and many believe that was the real main event of the show. CM Punk has been gone for more than 6 years, and it seems like his fans will never get to see him headline WrestleMania. They can still find joy in the fact that CM Punk is content with the career that he had in WWE and has no regrets never having headlined the show of shows. Thanks for watching today's SK Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories, be sure to follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.